Hey guys, it is Steph and Alex from Title Boxing Club in sunny Pittsford, and we are here with good news today. We're going to be reopening the club on Thursday, September 10th.
This Thursday, this September?
This very week.
That is awesome. We passed our safety inspection, flying colors. The guy from the health department said we were one of the most organized gyms.
The most.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually.
And we meaning Steph. So we are all good to go. I can't wait. Regular indoor classes are going to resume. Stay tuned for a schedule. We'll send you a schedule. Also, keep watching this wonderful video because we're going to tell you about the procedures for coming in for a class.
Yes, and we have done a lot of work to get everything ready for you guys. We even have a written reopening plan that's going to be at the front desk if you ever are interested in reading it, as well as a copy of all the New York State guidelines for gyms at the moment.
And we got signs.
Oh, we got signs.
Lots and lots of signs.
What is up, everybody? It's Alex from Title Boxing Club Pittsford with our new procedures for entering the club. So I've got all my stuff. I've got my mat. If you have your own mats, please bring them. Make sure there's a strap on there, or you can even tape them so that they don't pop open. I got my stuff. Make sure you have water as well. Now, the first thing is we're going to keep the doors locked until 15 minutes before our class. That's when we'll open them. So if you come early, you can wait outside. You can come over. This is a great time to read our signs that we have to put up. Make sure you read the signs, look over them. You can also wait in your car. If you are waiting outside, make sure you are 6 feet away from anyone else who's waiting or waiting for something else. Also, if you're late to class, we are going to have to lock the doors when we start. We hate to do it, but we just got to make sure that we don't have walk-ins necessarily. So we'll talk about the sign-up procedures a little bit later, but make sure you're there on time for class. Then we're going to go inside. Well, someone will come to unlock the door if you're here early. We're going to come inside. And the first thing you'll notice is we have a sign here, just like the sign outside. These are 4 important questions. Make sure you read them over every time. Our employees do the same thing.
And once you've read those 4 questions on that sign, please give a verbal answer to the person at the front desk. The questions just ask you about your travel activities, how you're feeling that day, stuff you've all seen before. But we need 4 distinct no responses to each of those questions for you to be able to come in. Once you're in, we also need you to scan your key card as you normally would. But it's very important that we maintain a database of who's in the club and at what times. In addition, if you have a medical condition that requires you not to wear a mask, you may wear a face shield, but before class begins, you need to advise the person at the front desk that you will be wearing a face shield that day. In addition, with respect to masks, and Alex will talk about this more in another video, gaiters, bandanas, and masks with exhale vents are not appropriate for exercise per New York State. So we need you to be wearing a face covering that covers both the nose and the mouth at all times.
All right, so now that I'm all checked in, it's time to go find my bag. Now, we have everything sectioned off the same way we did before, and we are limiting occupancy, but we're asking you to do a little something different this time, which is we want people to fill in from the back on up, so nobody has to walk across each other. For instance, I'm the first dude here, so I'm gonna go all the way down to the back here. And I know it's tough because some of us, we like our bags, but we're asking you to bear with us during this time. Although maybe you'll find a new one that you love. So I'm going to take this on the back row. I'm going to put my stuff down, make sure I got my water here, my bag, and this is my pod. I'm going to stay in this pod no matter what. Now, we are required to keep our masks on, as Steph just said, per the state guidelines. Now, the good news is I might have cracked the code on the absolute best practices for a mask and working out. There will be a whole separate video about that later. Make sure you tune in. But one thing I do want to mention now is that, and the instructors will say this in every class, is that traditionally when we finish a round, we do an active rest. You know, some people do it, some people don't, some people get water. We're going to now specifically advise you at the end of every round to go to your corners of your pod, make sure you face away from the rest of the class, and we're going to say, take your mask off, get a sip of water. Now you might think, I don't really need it. That's fine, but we are going to advise you, and I did clear that with the health department, that is an okay thing to say, is just make sure we're not facing anybody else. Everyone's facing away at the end of every round.
So there you have it. That is how we're going to handle coming in for classes. Now again, starting up Thursday, September 10th. Also, again, stay tuned for more information about the class schedule. That'll be here real soon, as well as signing up for classes. We're going to handle that the same way through text, but I'll do a separate message for that, and a separate message for those working out in a mask. Best practices. Again, I think I found a way that will be a lot better for all of us. I've tested it out. I've had other people try it. So stay tuned. And what else?
In case you were wondering, all of our employees will be screened electronically before they arrive to the club, and our cleaning practices have always been good and something that we're very proud of. And I wanted to let you know that all of our supplies, all of our chemicals and things that we use in here have all been approved by the health department, as well as our procedures. So we're doing great, you guys. It's going to be good.
This is definitely the safest place you can work out. As always, we're small. Now our class sizes will be limited. There's no touching really of shared equipment. We've got
all wearing gloves.
We're all wearing gloves anyway. And we've also got to take care of our health. That's how we're going to beat this virus, as being healthy. It attacks the lungs, so we want to make sure we're in here working out, being our best selves,
Yeah.
and of course, hitting it hard.